Hola clase, I hope you all had a great spring break where you weren't worrying about schoolwork and were able to relax and maybe do some things at home that you haven't been able to do in a while. Today and then the rest of the semester, really, we're going to be working on our final unit, and starting today we're going to be working with the vocabulary that goes with this unit. The theme is health, and so today's vocabulary is going to be las partes del cuerpo, which would be the parts of the body. So we're going to go through these together. You do have a vocab list attached to your Google post today that you may fill out as I go along with this video, and then that'll help you with further assignments in this unit. So here we go. The first word is la cabeza. La cabeza translates to head, and a lot of people know that phrase, me duele la cabeza, my head hurts. But yes, la cabeza means head. El cuello, and again, you might want to be practicing how to say some of these words because you will be saying them in some Flipgrid assignments later on. But el cuello, remember the two L's make a Y sound, means neck. This should say los dedos, not lasos dedos, but los dedos means fingers. Okay, so los dedos means fingers in Español. So again, you can practice saying that, los dedos. La pierna is the word for leg in Spanish, la pierna. El pie is the word for foot. Now you might notice, one, it looks like the word pie. It is not the word pie, it's pie. But two, pierna, the word we had just right before it, leg, pie fits right in there. So your foot is part of your legs. You can think of pie as being part of pierna, but pie is the word for foot. Los dedos del pie. Now this is a really long phrase for a really short word in English, and it's the phrase for toes. And again, you might have recognized, hey, we just had los dedos in a previous slide, and it was fingers. So this one literally would translate to fingers on your foot, okay, which would be your toes. So a lot of you maybe have heard of the word phalanges before, which would be your fingers and your toes. And so dedos kind of works like that, but dedos del pie means toes. La mano is the word for hand in Spanish. You heard me a lot of times in class say levante la mano, which would be raise your hand. So la mano is the word for hand. El brazo is the word for arm in Spanish. El brazo. El pelo is the word for hair. So we've kind of seen this word before when we learned the word pelirrojo way back at the beginning of the year, which means red-haired or red-headed. So you could think of that literally as pelo and then rojo, red hair. So pelirrojo, pelo is the word for hair. Los ojos is the word for eyes. If you kind of look at the word ojos, you see the two O's, and it kind of helps you remember that it is eyes. But los ojos in Spanish is eyes. La nariz is the word for nose. La nariz. La boca is the word for mouth in Spanish. La boca. Las orejas is the word for ears. We're going to see another word here in just a couple minutes that also means ears, but you can think of orejas as being the part of the ear that you can actually see. So the physical part of your ear that sticks out from your face, that would be las orejas. La cara is the word for face in Spanish. La cara. Los dientes is the word for teeth. And you might be able to kind of see the word dental or dentist in there, but dientes is the word for teeth. El estómago, this is the best picture I could really find, so it's actually a real picture of, or not a real picture, but a clip art picture of a stomach, okay, the organ in your stomach, but el estómago is the word for stomach in Spanish. La garganta is the word for throat. La garganta. This was the other word I told you that can mean ears. It's los oídos, and we actually refer to this more as the inner ear, not as much the physical outside part of your ear that we can see, but more the inside of your ear that you can't see. So the word is los oídos. El cuerpo, and as you saw at the beginning of the presentation, I had las partes del cuerpo. Cuerpo is the word for body in Spanish, cuerpo. And finally, we have la espalda, which is the word for back in Spanish. This guy's pointing to his back and saying it's hurting. La espalda is the word for back. So today, after you've filled in your vocabulary, you're going to spend a little bit of time and you're going to create your own monster, and you're going to describe him for me just as I did right here. So I found a picture of a monster online, and I wrote 3 sentences about him. You guys are going to write 5, but here are my 3 sentences. So the first one said, El monstruo, that's the word for monster, tiene, we know that that means has, 3 ojos, he has 3 eyes. My second sentence says, El monstruo tiene 8 dedos. Okay, again, dedos is the word for fingers, and he has 8 dedos. And finally, I had el monstruo tiene un estómago grande. So this monster, he has a big stomach, and I wrote that in there as well. So again, for your assignment today, and I'm going to have instructions for you as well, you're going to draw a picture of a monster or an alien, however you want to do it, and you're going to describe him for me in 5 sentences. And you can set it up just like I set my sentences up here. You can start each sentence with el monstruo, or if you don't want to do that, and if you wanted to make it a girl or a boy, you could say ella or el. And then tiene, again, would be the correct form of has. And then you're going to tell me how many different body parts he has. And since it's a monster, you can add as many as you want. 5 legs, 4 arms, 16 eyeballs, however you want to do that. But you are going to draw a picture of a monster, and then you're going to describe the monster to me in Spanish in 5 sentences. Like always, if you have a question, please feel free to email me. I'll also be setting up a time for you to Zoom if you are confused about anything. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.